Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to do a full face kind of get ready with me makeup using my old favorites back I think at least 2 years ago. I still have some which kind of means that they are getting old, but let's ignore that. There is some products I haven't used in months, if not in over a year, and there is some which I still use quite regularly. So let's get into it. First, primer, the Becca First Light Priming Filter. Yes. I really don't know why I stopped using this because I really like it. Maybe because I have tested so many other primers since. This just is so great everyday primer. It gives a little bit of luminosity. I think it does make my foundation last a bit longer. I think that was the reason why I loved this. There is the scent which is quite strong, but I enjoy it. It's not for everybody, so keep that in mind. But it kind of gives that moisturized, healthy base to my skin. During back then, 2 years ago, I wasn't so into primers yet. I didn't quite understand the possibilities of primers. I mainly used that one and this one from Clarins. This is their Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. This is kind of similar to the Instant Smoother from Tarte. This is just softer. This is not as thick, but it looks exactly the same. The idea is the same, but this is not so stiff. It doesn't fill my pores as well as the Tarte one because it's softer. But otherwise, this is a very good, like, basic pore filling primer. There was few foundations I used during those days. I have previously, when I did a full face with old favorites, I used the Essence Fresh and Fit, which is ever since I tried it again when I filmed that I've been using it. And now this is another favorite back in the days, which is not so commonly known. This is from TonyMoly and this is their Goddes Aura Silk Foundation. It has SPF 30. I found this when I used their BB cream, Goddes Aura BB cream, and then I wanted to test this foundation and I have to say those are really similar. I have the shade 1 of the 2 shades they carry in this line, so these Korean brands, it's the same with the Nordic brands. We have 5 or 6 shades of light. But I absolutely love this foundation. It's really light, but as you can see, there's a lot of pigment. And it is luminous. It really gives a fresh, luminous look to your skin. But what's up with you? Let me know how your summer was and how the fall is starting. In Finland here I can already see there is some trees with leaves turning to yellow, so fall is definitely starting and well, it's mid-August already. The temperature is still fine, but I can see the first signs. This week I'm going to do my hair. My magic hairdresser Simo is going to do something. I usually have some kind of idea what I want to do and then I go there and give him my idea and then he's like, well, that's good idea, but I thought that we'd do something like this time. So rarely I had my say when it comes to my hair, but he's so good at what he does, so unbelievably good, so I never mind. He has absolutely free hands with my hair. He knows how my hair reacts and the style I like and the colors and everything. So he's just. I will link the hairdressers, the place where he works. If you're interested, ever coming to Helsinki and wanting a totally makeover or great hair, I'll definitely recommend. But book early. He is quite busy, so you need to be on time. I've been kind of loving this longer hair. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've seen my short hairs. I've had short hair for maybe 4 or 5 years now. This is now second time I have a bit longer hair, and I've been liking this surprisingly much. The only thing is that I have straight hair and it takes so long time to curl it. I don't understand how someone is able to do it daily. Like, no. I'm happy that my hair is the type that when I curl it like this, it will be decent tomorrow as well, so I don't have to curl it every day. And I wouldn't either, if even though it didn't last, I just let it be straight. It is, I know why some might not get interested of this foundation. This is the kind of which at first it looks like that it sits on your skin. It definitely looks like that, but I do know that it kind of sinks in the skin after it warms up a little bit. So, and there is definitely moisture and glow, as you can see. It does look a bit lighter. Well, maybe it is a bit lighter than I am now because of summer, but still, I really like how it looks on my skin. What I didn't remember actually is the coverage. It's surprisingly close to full coverage. I usually don't wear full coverage foundation because they tend to be really dry, at least on my skin. But this is very close to full coverage and it's still this glowy, so I definitely need to use this more often. My hyperpigmentation does peek through just a little bit, but not as much as usually, so I am pleasantly surprised actually. Who knew? Then the concealer I used those days is the Fit Me from Maybelline. I have a shade 15 and this is, I don't even remember how many of these I have used. This is very close to be finished, so it's good that I use it now. The shade actually is darker than I tend to use nowadays. 2 years ago I probably didn't even know about using lighter concealer to light up the skin. You will see what I used instead. So, but this is still one of my favorite concealers, and in case, for example, that I travel and I lose all the makeup and I just have to grab quickly something, this is something I probably could purchase just because it's so available everywhere. It is great coverage, it's not too drying, and it's just really great basic product. And I also primed my eyelids with this concealer. I am going to powder my eyelids now, not yet my cheeks because I have some products to use, but the powder which I quite often used is from Makeup Store. I think this is the Swedish brand, and I used their kind of rose pink toned powder. This is loose powder in shade Pale. During those days I for some reason felt that I'm more to the cool side and pale pink side my skin tone, so I love to enhance that cool shade on my skin. And maybe I was, because there's so many old products which tend to lean to the cool side, and I am quite fair, so if it was a really wrong shade it should have been quite visible quite quickly. But anyway, I used that powder and it is a great powder, and it is a great way to kind of freshen up the look. And having that said, I found this product from my collection. This is the Dandelion Shy Beam from Benefit. And this is an interesting one. I purchased this a long time ago and I kind of never knew how to use this. I really didn't have much idea because I thought this was a highlighter, but it's more like a pale pink toned liquid products which usually highlights because of the pale pink shade. I'm not even sure if this you can see a little bit, yes. I think the problem with this one for me is that this is a bit darker than my own skin. So I kind of miss that kind of brightening effect. But the shade is beautiful. It is more like a salmon pink shade, which does give quite interesting effect on my skin now. It is very subtle. I doubt that this will show on camera, but I can see on my skin that I have a little bit more of a salmony pinkish shade of fresh glow on my skin. I may have to use this product more again with other foundations to see how it actually works. Let's stay with Benefit and Dandelion. I also purchased then this Dandelion Dew. I think this is officially blush. This is soft baby pink gradients for cheek. But this is pink. This is definitely baby pink. I remember when I purchased these two, I kind of had the image of my cool toned fair skin tone and then this very light pink fresh look, but this is very pink, and I think this is why I haven't used it much since those days. This is very cool, very baby pink, very something that I'm not been into lately. I've been more into lately oranges and kind of peach shade. Now I need to powder more because I can see that these products start to crease on me, which is something I know they will do if I don't powder. So there's nothing wrong with the products. It's just my skin and my preferences. I use the same rose powder, just a little bit more to my eyelids, and then what's rest I'll put to my under eye area just to set it. This is very, very finely milled powder, and now I start wondering why I stopped using this, because this is beautiful on skin. Oh my, oh. There's so much I have stopped using, and then now I realize that these are excellent products. Okay, let's continue to eyebrows. Nowadays I use eyebrow pencils, usually from the one from H&M, but back in those days I actually used powder products mainly. I don't have the original eyebrow powder palette anymore, which I used then, but this shade is really close match to me, and I really didn't like those sharp eyebrows those days, so I just used a little bit of powder, kind of even out my eyebrows. But these look okay. They look quite strong now that I don't have anything on, but I know that it will get better when I go to eye makeup. And that is an interesting, H&M palettes have for a long time been one of my favorite palettes for everyday look. And this is called Vintage Rose. This is one of the most used one. There is matte shades, these three, then there is kind of satin sheen shade, and these are matte also, these brown ones. So this is very handy for everyday makeup. I don't remember how I used to use this shade, so let's just dig in. I will take the lightest brown shade and kind of shape my crease with this. Then I take more flat shade and I think I take the darkest rose shade and first apply it to the outer corner. I do this just to see kind of the depth and the darkness of the eyeshadow, and I then start to blend it outwards, which means that I do this kind of brushing movement with my hand, and I try to keep my eyes relaxed so I see how low this part is going to drop, because I know it is going to drop quite low. Then I just take the darker shade to the inner corner, kind of giving the depth to my look. And then I'm going to use the same brush, but the other side is quite clean, so I'm going to take the pink sheeny shade from the middle part, and I add it to the middle part of my eyelid. And then I take the lightest shade and add it to the inner part of my eyelids. I don't mind those shades mixing a little bit because I don't want any harsh lines to my eyes. It just gives a little bit of light to my eyelids. And that's the eyeshadow look, upper lip. I will do the lower lid later, but let me do now the other eye. Then to the lower lid, I think I'll add first the light brown shade. There is no names in these shades, so. And then a little bit of the darker, the middle brown shade, just to the lash line. I think that's good. And then eyeliner. A long time I used only Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner. This is shade Caviar Ink, and this is, how would I describe? It's almost black, grayish brown shade. As I am so fair, I cannot use black eyeliner on my everyday looks. And I really love this product. It's so easy to apply. It lasts all day, no matter what. I've been through different snowstorms and thunderstorms and celebrating and crying and everything possible, and this is the only thing that will last forever on my eyes. I've managed to use few pots of these, so that probably tells you enough of this product. So it's really something I can trust on 100%. Starts to look good. I put the mascara on. That's something I've never had any preference. I just use some mascara. When it doesn't smudge a lot on me, I'm happy. What I forgot to use, and I'm happy that I didn't powder my cheek, is this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. Yes, shade Opal. I used to mix this to my foundation, but I didn't mix it with this foundation because it has already enough luminosity. But I did use it as a cream highlighter. So let's do that again also. Oh boy, there's a lot of product. One lipstick I used a lot during those days is this one from e.l.f. This is shade Cranberry. This is some kind of lip pencil something. I really love this shade and the formula. I've been using this actually quite a lot. here we are. All this look brings back memories from few years back. This is very, very exciting. It's like getting young again when you see yourself in old look. Here we are. This was my go back memories. Get ready with me, full face with old makeups, mix and rambling. I hope you enjoyed. This was very, very fun going back to those products, and this foundation, this powder. Oh, Bobbi Brown again. I actually liked surprisingly a lot this blush as well. A lot of products that I kind of fell back in love with because I really had forgotten these and how great these are. If now some of your old favorites come back to your mind, let me know. I would be interested to test what products have been favorites then, and if they are still favorites, and how they apply and perform. But this was very fun. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, otherwise I wouldn't know. And now I wish you have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.